Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. In the last episode, we have unlocked every single character in this game. We fulfilled all the requirements to unlock the last of 3 members that we needed to do. Game & Watch, Rob, and Lucina. And in today's episode, now that we have unlocked every character in this game, we're going to take a look at the completed Smash, All-Star Smash mode here. Now, I'm going to be using Zelda. Zelda is a character I use a lot. She's not a main, but she's kind of up there when it comes to mains. All-Star mode now has all the characters in it, so this becomes a lot harder, so I figured that this was well worth showing off. Zelda's smashes are really powerful. They're really powerful magic-based attacks. As you guys can see, the side smashes are really powerful. And now that All-Star mode is, well, complete, we now are fighting everybody essentially from the Wii and DS era right now. Wii/DS/3DS era. And we're fighting like characters like Shulk, Rosalina, Luma, Wii Fit Trainer, Dark Pit, Greninja, Lucina, and Robin, and stuff like that. This kind of gets a little bit, gosh, I hate this stage because there's so many hazards that can kill you. But Zelda has a lot of magical properties, and one thing in this game in particular, they kind of buffed her a little bit because Zelda no longer transforms into Sheik. Sheik is her own character now. Now, Zelda, instead of turning into Sheik for down B, she summons a Phantom. She can summon a Phantom from Spirit Tracks, and, well, that will cause a lot of slash damage. That's her probably most offensive move that she has, is that Phantom. And it's really cool, and I like it. You can also use it as, like, a shield for... You can use it as shield somewhat. Now we're going into GBA and GameCube era of gaming, essentially. Each like a generation of consoles Nintendo has made, they kind of made a segment for All-Star mode for. Now we're going into the GameCube/GBA new character thing. We're fighting like characters like Zero Suit Samus, Ike, Lucario, Toon Link, Bowser Jr. Well, actually it's Iggy here because Bowser Jr. has a lot of alternate costumes. He has all the Koopa Kids as his alternate costumes. And we're fighting Villager and Pikmin. Or, not Pikmin. Olimar. I don't know why I said Pikmin. I was thinking of Pikmin. That's where the game he's from. But I'm actually I was looking around on eBay because, honestly, I've been really meaning to pick up, like, a lot of GameCube games that I don't have. And there's, granted, mind you, there's not, like, that many. There's that Phantom move I was talking about. See, she summons a Phantom from Spirit Tracks. But, granted, there's not many GameCube games that I don't own. Like, there's a couple of them that I don't own, and I kind of wish I did. Like, I don't have Custom Robo for GameCube. I don't have Pikmin 1 or 2 for GameCube, which really bothers me because I kind of want to play it. And another one is F-Zero GX and Animal Crossing. I kind of want to play those games, too. And, boy, GameCube games have gone up in price on eBay. I'll tell you that much for sure. It's ridiculous. But now we're kind of going into N64, Game Boy Advance, late Super Nintendo days. So now we're going to be fighting practically everybody in that era. Now we're fighting Ganondorf, Sheik, Jigglypuff, Charizard, Pikachu, Diddy Kong, and Ness. I guess it doesn't go by console generation because, well, Diddy Kong and Ness were obviously late Super Nintendo days whenever they came out into existence. So, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. They had a lot of N64 characters they had introduced this. Well, then again, most of them... Actually, the only N64 character that they had was Ganondorf and Sheik, and those really aren't, like... Well, Sheik might be a new character, but Ganondorf really isn't. This is mostly Game Boy characters because all the Pokemon. But anyways, like I said before, I like using Zelda because she is very powerful when it comes to her smash attacks. And not only that, that new Phantom move made me appreciate her as a character a lot more. And not only that, I like her Dense Fire, which if you push side B, you'll be able to cast a fireball. It'll go across the screen, and you can like make it explode. And I'm kind of running here on 130% net damage, and I do not want to die. I can tell you right now, I'm going to be using a heart container next time. Let's go ahead and beat the crap out of Ness. I don't know what to, like, you have an option what difficulty you want on All-Star mode. You can do easy, normal, or hard, but like I said before, I don't know what the difficulties of the CPUs are in those modes. I'm assuming hard is 9, but that just is me, maybe. Now, come on, Ness. Get out of here. There we go. Oh, that was so close. I almost died. I died a lot using Zelda here. I don't know why. It's just because I guess it just was a little rusty with her. But as you guys can see, actually, I don't know if I use a heart container or a fairy. I use a heart container. Okay, I kind of figured I was going to go do a heart container because, well, heart containers heal you all the way. Now we're heading into the Super Nintendo late NES days, essentially. We've got the Star Fox characters. We've got Meta Knight, which I think, if I remember correctly, Meta Knight originated on the Game Boy in Kirby's Adventure on Game Boy. Actually, that was NES, I'm sorry. Kirby's Dream Land was on Game Boy. I think I did that in my Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland Let's Play too. I made that mistake. But yeah, then now we got Star Fox. Wario was introduced in the 6 golden coins. Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. That's when he was introduced. And King DDD. And then Sonic was obviously on a different console at this time. He was on the Genesis, Nintendo's rival, in '91. And Kirby was obviously in Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. I never played Kirby's Dream Land, and I know you can beat it in like 30 minutes. I should probably try and pick that up whenever I get a chance to. I don't know if it's on the eShop or not. One thing I will say is this stage right here, the one that we're playing on, the new Star Fox stage, I really, really, really like this stage because of how pretty it looks. Like, the Wii U, since it's an HD console, it really, really pops out the space scene really well. And this is kind of proof of that. And I really like the space type levels like this and Super Mario Galaxy level. Now we're going into middle NES days, like NES days essentially. I was like, oh, what do I want to use? I'm not going to use any. So now we're going to be fighting against Dr. Mario, Marth, Captain Falcon, and Yoshi. Yoshi was actually on an NES game, if I remember correctly. Yoshi started out on a puzzle game, if I remember correctly. I don't know what game Yoshi started out on. I know it wasn't Super Mario World. That Super Mario World's kind of like where he got his identity as, like, you know, Mario's pet dinosaur. Now we got Mega Man too. Mega Man's also was introduced in, well, obviously Mega Man on the NES back in the early 80s. I actually, oh my goodness, this was the time I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this stage did this. This stage is a stage from Yoshi's Woolly World, which is a game that isn't even out yet. And honestly, I'm gonna go pick this game up because that game kind of reminds me a lot of Yoshi's Story, and that was a big game of my childhood, Yoshi's Story. I loved Yoshi's Story so much, and well, that game that was presented at E3 about Yoshi's Woolly World, that made me really want to pick it up. So I'm really surprised they actually had a stage from that game in this game because, well, Yoshi's Woolly World isn't even out yet. It's not coming out until later this year in 2015. But anyways, we got to beat up Pit. But like I said, this was like the first time I've actually really played this stage, and I didn't know that it actually goes up into the sky, and I almost died there because I was unaware of the whole stage transition there. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm almost dead! I'm almost dead! Oh my god! Alright, now we're going into early NES days. We're playing against Samus, Zelda, Link, Bowser, Peach, Rob, and Duck Hunt Dog. Now, Rob and Duck Hunt Dog, well, Duck Hunt Dog had his own game. It was Duck Hunt. but he had accessory for it. Rob was a peripheral for the NES, so kind of makes sense that he came in the NES days. I do like how they set up this All-Star mode. I feel like it makes more sense that it's set up this way instead of like what game series came out first, tag along all the characters that appeared. No, honestly, it makes more sense that all the characters, you know, you have to find them in order when they came into existence, not when their series came into existence. Because, well, you don't fight you wouldn't fight Greninja in the era of Pokemon, because Pokemon came out in '96. Greninja didn't come into existence until last year, so it kind of makes sense that they did this, and I really like that. Now, I'm almost dead. I've got 145 health. This is ridiculous. I've got 2 more characters to fight too, so I've got to really step on my game here. Luckily for me, I got 2 KOs there. Now I just got to fight Duck Hunt Dog and Rob. Boink! There goes Duck Hunt Dog. Oh my gosh. That was close. But Rob, you didn't get me. And now we have, I think, one more stage of the completed All-Star mode. We have early arcades and early NES. We have Punch-Out, we have Little Mac, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Mario, Pac-Man, and Game & Watch. Game & Watch wasn't even on the NES. He was on his own little handhelds that Nintendo made called the Game & Watches. And, well, Donkey Kong started out in the arcade. Little Mac started out on the NES, on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And Luigi started out, I think, in a Mario Bros. Game. I know it's not Super Mario. Well, he might have started in Super Mario Bros. I know he's in Mario Bros. That one arcade game. But now I have to fight against Mario. He started out obviously in Donkey Kong. And then we have to fight against Pac-Man, who premiered a year before Donkey Kong. So Pac-Man is older than Mario by 1 year. They even showed that off in the reveal trailer for Pac-Man. I thought that was funny. Mr. Game & Watch came out the same year that Pac-Man came. So him and Pac-Man are the same age. Okay, we gotta launch Mr. Game & Watch. Like I said, Mr. Game & Watch is the lightest character, I do believe. So we gotta make sure that we can launch him really fast, like so. Now all I have left to fight is Pac-Man. Of course, it's in the Pac-Land stage, or Pac-Man World stage, which, honestly, like I said, we're gonna be unlocking all the stages eventually. Of course, this playthrough, we've unlocked a lot of them. This recording session takes place after a recording session that I did before. I did not show off all of event mode yet, which is going to be the next episode. I just figured that recording session was so long. That was a grand total of 4 hours worth of footage. I wanted to do this first because, well, this one wasn't as bad. So that's why we did this episode first before the event mode. But I had already unlocked this at this point. So I just now realized that. But there we go. We have completed All-Star mode with Zelda, and because of that we got her Final Smash trophy, which is the Light Arrow. Light Arrow, essentially what it does in Final Smash is anybody who stands right in front of it whenever she shoots it automatically gets KO'd. Well, I don't think it's automatic, but it does a great enough damage and knockback that it would KO you. And now we're playing this game again. This picture right here is actually pretty funny, because if I remember correctly, it shows Link and Zelda, like, making fun of Ganondorf or something like that. Where I'm gonna have to actually see the picture whenever we actually look at it. Like I said before, in order to properly play this game, you have to hit the name over the blank slate, and if you hit the name over the blank slate, you will actually unlock said picture, or portion of the picture. Like I said, it's really hard to actually 100% this, because you have to have timings with your attacks and stuff like that. But, like I said before, when I first played this, it was really, really difficult to try to do this, because I thought this was kind of because a lot of Smash Bros. Games in the past, when it came to like little mini games and stuff like that, and scoring systems on the result screen, they encourage you not to use stale moves, and that's what I figured that this game wanted you to do in order to unlock portions to it, is not to use stale moves. Stale moves being, you know, doing the same move over and over and over and over again. But, no. Thank you, like I said before, thank you Sonic Ghost for correcting me in that episode when I first said this. So, now we're just gonna completely just play this right here. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Oh, wait a second. I think they're having tea in this picture. Link, Zelda are having tea, and and Ganondorf's just laying on the ground, just like, ow. I don't really play Ganondorf very often. I don't think I do play it in this playthrough so far. I've recorded a good portion of this so far already. But, right now, after we do this completed All-Star mode, what we're doing right now is we're going to be going through Classic mode again. The reason why I'm doing this is because Classic mode right now, what I'm going to be doing here, is showing off what happens whenever you beat the game and 8.0 or higher. This has probably the greatest challenge when it comes to a story mode. I do like that little ending. It shows Link with Peach, and then Peach just gets blown away, and Zelda's like, nope, I'm here. But we did actually get a challenge done. It says collect 15 different types of equipment and found 30 unique bonus effect equipments and stuff like that. 15 custom moves, I think. That's what it is. Now, what we're going to be doing, like I said before, we're going to be looking at Classic mode. Why we're going here again is essentially we're going to be playing this again on the hardest difficulty. Because, well, I want to show this off, because this right here took me a grand total of, like, I want to say 4 or 5 hours trying to beat this. This is hard. I'm going to say this right now. This is really, really tough. Is playing this game and trying to beat it on the hardest difficulty. I chose Mario, but after many hours trying to beat Classic on 8 or higher, what I ended up doing is I ended up switching over to Lucario, my main character that I use in Smash Bros. I ended up using Lucario a lot, and this is the result of many hours trying to beat this. I cut out practically all of Classic mode because you don't need to see it again. I just wanted to show off the final battle. But right now, what we're doing right now is I'm going to be attacking Master Hand. I'm going to tell you the kind of a good strategy I have when it comes to that. When he snaps his fingers, when either Master Hand or Crazy Hand, and you're playing Lucario, I really should suggest you use that double team attack. If you use that double team attack, you will make him miss essentially that snap attack, and you will cause a counter attack, which will damage him. Right here, like I said, I almost died. I was like, oh no, and I got back up on the ledge, and then I got back up on the ledge again. But I kept working really hard, and I kept attacking Master Hand. And this is on difficulty 8, by the way. This isn't on 9. I don't know if I'm going to show that off on 9, because honestly, I have yet to beat this game on 9. But now we're going to be fighting the Giant. And now he's going to be doing this gigantic tumor-like attack. As soon as he slams his head on the ground, I suggest you do double team. And immediately put up your shield, because the beams come up and everything. When he does that shout, you want to do a dodge right when the waves come over. When he shoots the gigantic laser that comes across the screen. Either dodge or do an air dodge if you're in the air. And like I said before, the gigantic tumor attack, just do a double team, and after you do the double team, immediately put up your shield because the lasers come. Now on to the Beast. Right now, I've been charging up a lot of Aura Spheres here. And as soon as the gigantic Beast comes and tries to do Chomp, either put up your shield or do double team. That's really all I can say for that. And I kept trying to do it as much as I can. And I avoided damage for the most part, but that little segment right there got me. And I eventually beat the Beast mode. Now, I stood right here in the middle because I knew where he's going to spawn, and I charged up an Aura Sphere right there to do a little bit of damage to Sword. Now, for Sword here, you want to do air dodges, quick steps, and then immediately when the Sword slams down, do double team. Double team will cause that Sword slash to not hit you, and it will do damage to the Sword. Now, I showed you there that quick attack actually hurts a lot. I'm actually going really good right now because I have yet to lose a stock. I'm really surprised. Now I'm on the doppelganger fight. All I can really tell you is just like tell him, attack him like you would any other character. I just kept charging up my Aura Spheres, trying to get him away and push him back, and eventually I did. Now, once you beat Master Core, this seems like it's all over. No, on difficulty 8 or higher, you have one last thing to do. But they give you a heart container to do it. This is the Master Fortress. This is what we got instead of Subspace Emissary. Is we have to attack this gigantic fortress, and we have to deal with a lot of minions inside. My best advice for this, when you try to take on Master Fortress, is kill all the enemies. It doesn't matter. Don't try to avoid them. They'll eventually get you, especially the plants that shoot the laser beams. The plants that shoot the laser beams are probably the worst enemies to fight, and you want to get them off the screen as fast as you can. Your mission is to attack the 4 hearts in this fortress. You have to kill all 4 of these hearts. Like I said before, I killed the first one right there. These plants that shoot the laser beams are probably the worst enemies you want to encounter because their laser beams go through the floor, and they'll hit you a floor above you. Now right here, this is where it gets really tricky. This is filled with a bunch of death trap arenas. The acid right there, if you hit that acid and you have over 100% health at this point, instant KO. Doesn't matter. Don't avoid the traps as best as you can. As soon as you attack that second heart, more enemies spawn, and you want to try to get them out of your way and stuff like that. The crawlies are really easy to take out, and so are the plants, but you want to make sure you kill those plants. If they hit the acid, they'll die instantly. And as you guys can see, I hit the acid by accident on the wall, and I'm at 111% damage. Now, after we clear the second heart, it looks like, oh, we've completely destroyed the fortress. No, what it did is it just knocked us back out on Final Destination. We have to go back inside the fortress and take out 2 more hearts. So right now, you want to jump up here. Go this way. And the best way to take out these sword and shield guys, grab them, throw them into death traps over the enemies. Right before you jump right there, there's going to be a guy that spawns that shoots projectiles at you. Shoot a projectile back at him like an Aura Sphere. And then I launch a Aura Sphere at the 3rd heart, and the next and final charge in the Master Fortress appears. We have to jump down here, and like I said before, there are going to be sword guys spawning right here. Grab them, throw them in the lake of acid. Try to do that. They're vulnerable to grabs, but they do not take damage from projectiles, and they're really hard to defeat. I destroyed the creepy crawly right there, and I come down here, and there's going to be a sword guy and a flower here. I'm going to try and kill the flower as best as I can. Like I said, it's better to get rid of these guys, because your life will be a lot easier if they're off the screen. They do not respawn. They only respawn under certain scenarios right here. So try to take them out as you can. Do not just try to avoid them. You want to take them out, because your life will be so much easier if you did. And I got more projectile guys right here. I'm going to go ahead and try and kill these guys. I was so worried at this point because this is the farthest I've ever gotten. I got into the 4th heart. I was like, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to beat this. This is going to be really hard. Like I said, many hours trying to get to this point. Many attempts. And with that, we have defeated the Master Fortress. And probably the greatest challenge that this game has to offer. This is what they gave us instead of a Subspace Emissary, which honestly I think this is really cool that they did this. And now, like in the last episode, we have to launch Master Core off the Final Destination. Fill up his attack rage and then do a final smash attack to launch him off the screen. Like this. And with that, we have completely obliterated Master Core. And like I said before, I may seem like I knew what I was doing. Yeah, because I had to practice that a lot. I had to practice the Master Fortress a lot. Now, in the 3DS version, you do not get Master Fortress. I'm going to make this right now. In the 3DS version, you do not get Master Fortress. The hardest you can get is the Giant phase. the giant phase of Master Core. But, anyways, this recording took me literally days to beat this. Mainly because this was difficult. I'm going to tell you right now, level 9 is really difficult in this game, and you cannot afford to actually fudge up at all. And the extra added bonus against fighting against Master Fortress, especially with all those enemies inside, it gets really hairy really quick. And like, even though I didn't beat it on 9, I beat it on 8. This was probably one of the greatest challenges I've done in Smash Bros. I know there's a challenge where if you beat level 9 without losing a single life, that is really hard. And honestly, if you do beat it, I'm going to say you are probably the best Smash player that I've seen. If you can actually beat 9 difficulty without losing a single life the entire playthrough Classic mode. Now, like I said before, it's really, really difficult because I was getting to the point where I was raging so hard at this because they throw so much in that gauntlet in the final battle against Master Hand and Master Core. It got really ridiculous towards the end, and honestly, I think that I was so relieved when I finally beat it. And you know what? When I recorded it finally, and the first time I finally beat it, not only did I do it, but I did it without losing a single stock in that final battle. I was like, holy crap. You know, when I do it, I do it. You know what I mean? When I do it, I did it perfectly, essentially. I practiced this mode so many times on 9. And I've gotten really good with Lucario because of it. Lucario, like I said before, he practically is based, his moveset's based on how much damage he has. The higher damage, the more damage he's going to do. And his final smash is obviously his Mega Evolution from X and Y, so that's really cool and I like that. Well, we got 99.15% of the thing done. And here's the ending cutscene for Lucario. And there's Mega Lucario. But that's pretty much all of complete All-Star mode and complete Classic mode that I wanted to show off in this video. I know we've already seen these modes, but I wanted to show the complete version of each mode, essentially. So with that, guys, in the next episode of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into event mode, and I'm going to be starting off showing off every single event that this game has to offer. So with that, I will see you guys in the next episode.